up a little bit. We're almost at 7 o'clock, and we always close the door at 7 o'clock, so there's plenty of seats. I'm excited about tonight's show. We have about 29 couples that we're going to recognize tonight who've been married 50 years or more. And I find that just so amazing and wonderful. I would like to know how long Ed and Karen Rogers have been married. Some of you write it down.
53.
53, thank you. So now you'll get your name announced twice. All right, so here's how this is going to work. I gave, the girls gave all of the people who've been married 50 years or more numbers. How many of you have flown on Southwest Airlines? Yeah, so you know you get lined up according to your number, right? All right, so instead of line A and line B, we have the men lying over here, starting by the stairs. You will have, number 1 will be there. Not at the end of the line. We had a little confusion last night. At the beginning of the line is number 1. So, and then number 2, and number 3, and so on. The ladies will be lining up over here with their number appreciation to all these incredible acts that we have tonight.
Good evening, Meridian Manor.
Good evening.
Hey, we're delighted you're here this evening. And I think you're going to be glad you came, because you're going to have lots and lots of fun. If I may, there's been so many new people move into Meridian Manor, so I'd like to reintroduce myself if I could. I'm Rod Johnson. I've been coming to Arizona for about 24 years, and I've lived here in Meridian Manor for 19 of those years. And Judy and I just absolutely love it. Years ago, when the Variety Slow / M&M Revue started, they came to me and said, "Hey, Rob, would you become our MC?" And I said, "Well, sure." And I actually thought they said MP, and I thought, what in the world do they need military police at a goddamn variety show? But here I am, and I didn't get a chance close to a mic like this. I just can't hardly help myself without talking about my relatives, Lena and Lars and Swen and the whole bunch, when Cindy told people about 3 weeks ago that I was going to be the MC, my gosh, my email just exploded. And I got jokes like you can't believe, but I really can't use many, and they're really funny. But they're really risque, is what I thought. And I better not. But I did find one thing. There was a quiz that kind of intrigued me. So I'm going to tell you the quiz. It says that if big-chested women work for Hooters, what do one-legged ladies work for? And the answer to that is IHOP. I take it most of you are retired out here. Well, let me not say retired. How many people are 70? No, I might even say that. How many people wish they were back at 70? No. For you whippersnappers, how many of you hope you get to 70? 70 is a monumental year. With me, it always felt like that's old, 70. I remember going to the doctor and telling him the year I turned 70, I says, I'm kind of down and down. 70 just sounds old to me. He says, rah. You don't want to feel that way. Really, 70 and beyond are your wonder years. And really, as time has progressed, that's true. They are. I've many times wondered where my keys are and where I parked the car. And some days wondered what day it was. I just absolutely love to reminisce about those old days. I wished, as I look back, I wished I would have enjoyed middle age more, because I didn't realize old age would come quite this quick. And I think back, I took a bus home, and that was really neat. It really was very exciting. I'd never driven a bus before. And I think again too about those days. It's kind of a smart like back in those days. I remember one time I left that bar and I'd had that little green bell beer and stuff, and I was tubing down the road, and all of a sudden I look in my rearview mirror and I'll be doggone it, there wasn't a cop running his red light at me. So I pulled over to the side, and the guy came up, and of course I rolled my window down, and he said, "Can I see your license and insurance, sir?" And I said, "Sure." So I gave it to him, and as he looked at it, he looked down at me, he said, "Rod Johnson." He said, "Your eyes look pretty red. Have you been drinking?" Now here's where the smart aleck deal comes in. I shouldn't have said. I looked up at him and I said, "Well, sir, your eyes look glazed. Have you been eating donuts?" Oh, darn it. I should have said that. But you know, as middle age fades and old age sets in, our thinking changes. We mellow quite a bit, in fact. Our hair color changes, or for most of us men it does. And you women, for some reason, your hair color doesn't change much. Men, our appearance changes. Our bodies change. You know, when I say my body changes, I think of my Uncle Ole, when, here it goes, I'm relapsing here, but Ole, when he turned 70, he went into the doctor and he was all upset about his body. And he went to the doctor and he says, "Doctor, you gotta help me." He says, over the years, I got such a big belly that when I looked down, I didn't even see my business. With kind of a smile on his face, he said, "Well, I can tell you one thing we got to do right off the bat." He said, "We got to diet." And Ole thought about it a little. He said, "Really?" He says, "What color is it now?" Let's stop reminiscing and let's get to the M&M review.
Ladies, line up over here. Men, line up over here. And our ladies are going to bring you up on the stage. Tonight we are honoring the many men and women. Come on, don't be shy. Come on.
Get over here. Starting with one.
Okay. They're so shy, I'm not sure how they ever got hooked up. All right. Tonight we're honoring the many men and women in our community who have been married 40 and 50 years or more. Last night, it was a long night for me. Last night, that we honored 38 couples, one of which had been married 66 years. Tonight, we are honoring, I think, 20. To have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, to death do us part. These couples have kept those vows. It is a true testament of their commitment to one another. Apparently, living in the Midwest is really good for marriages. Most of these couples are from Minnesota and Iowa, and a few from Wisconsin, a few from Canada, and a couple from New Hampshire, some from North Dakota. So cold there, you gotta stay cuddled up. So, just better stay married. So, they're supposed to be on the stage by now, and apparently that didn't happen. Yes, you okay. All right, come on up, everyone. Meet your spouse in the middle, share a rose. Okay. And just kind of go on back. Yes, look for your hubby. Make sure you get the right one. Where's the music? I'm sorry, Cliff, we need some music. part where I get choked up. Isn't this an amazing group of people? I'm never going to be in this group. I'd have to live till I'm about 125. But you never know. My grandma was 99, so surprises can happen. Anyway, we have some wannabes in our audience. Paula and Sterling Ray will be married 50 years this year. George and E.J. McMullen will be 50 years this year, and Lloyd and Cindy Winders-min will be married 50 years this year, and they just had to be recognized. So please recognize our wannabe 50s. Raise your hands, Dan. As of last week. I'm missing someone here that's been, Bob and Bev Gelger, you are almost 67 years, right? Yep. Almost 66. So for the couple that's been married almost 67 years, we had some businesses that were very generous and donated to us. But Village Inn donated 2 pies and a meal with, you got your meal and your pie and your drink for free. And then the Mirage gave us 2 $10 gift cards. And the SAC committee bought some gift cards at Babo's to give to our couples that have been married this couple. With these fingernails, I'll never get it. All right, so I'm giving you the meal at Village Inn.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and a Mirage card.
Thank you.
And the couple has been sorry. Well, okay, sorry about that. Joanna, now when I was 3, Herb and Alice Rimmerdy decided to get married 67 years ago. Where are you, Herb and Alice? Come up here. They're going to be on the Not So Newlywed Game tonight, and they qualified. So here's a little something for you, a meal at Babo's and a meal at Mirage, so enjoy, and thank you. Now, as these wonderful couples leave the stage, John Fox is going to find his way up here, and he's going to sing, where is he? Want to separate and let John through? All right, John is going to sing Look at Us. So you couples can just find your way off the stage. If you need some help, the girls are here. Great, you get a pause before you start. We'll recognize them all when John is finished.
I think he planned that. I don't think he wanted to. Look at us. After all that we've been through. Look at us. Still leaning on each other. If you want to see how true love should be, then just look at us. Look at you. still pretty as a picture. Look at me, still crazy over you. Look at us, still believing in forever. If you want to see how true love should be, then just look at us. In 100 years or so, I know without a doubt, they'll look back and wonder how we made it all work out. Chances are we'll go down in history when they want to see how true love should be. They'll just look at us. Yes, when they want to see how true love should be. Congratulations, folks, to all those.
We know all this next performer very, very well. All the way from Canada, eh? Give a big hand for Dolly and Kenny.
I'll do everything I can to make you proud, to be my man.
And I'll fulfill all your fantasies.
I guess we're promising a lot, but for now it's all we got.
And I'll stand by you through our rocking years.
Rocking chairs, rocking babies, rock-a-bye, rock-a-rangers. Side by side we'll be together always. Let's start, and I'll stand by you through our rocking years.
I'll be your friend
I'll be your lover.
until the end. There'll be no other.
And my heart has only room for one.
Yes, I'll always love you.
And I'll always be here for you. And I'll stand by you through our rocking years. Rocking chairs, rocking babies, rock-a-bye, rock-a-rangers. Side by side, we'll be together always.
And if you hold me tight and you love me, that's all I'll ask of you.
And I'll stand by you through our rocking years. Rocking chairs, rocking babies, rock-a-bye, rock-a-rangers. Side by side, we'll be together always. And
if I should stay. I was a wild boy, but I know I'll be stepping the way, and will always love you.
Isn't she good, eh? You know, we all remember when rock and roll got its start, back in the 50s. This next group is going to revive those memories. Welcome the Rock and Rollers doing Rock and Roll Around the Clock. Rock around the clock.
I'll always remember the song they were playing the first time we danced, and I knew as we swayed to the music and held to each other, I 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. What is that right? So, join me on have some fun.
Now this next performer is kind of a newbie to the Meridian Manor stage, but he's not a newbie to singing. He's from Bismarck, North Dakota, where he sings with the Bismarck Elk Chorus and many other groups. Give a big welcome to Rod Melby singing Unsung Heroes.
Thank you, Rod. What an act to follow, huh? Well, this song that I'm going to sing, the song for the Unsung Heroes, it's written primarily for the military. So we thank all the military that's serving now and all that served in the past. But it's also for others who serve us in many different ways. I think of the police that serve us and protect us, and the ambulance drivers and so forth. And what about the helicopter crew that rescues us off the mountains? And I think too of the firefighters. Just think of what they went through in California this past year, the fiery inferno that they had to fight. They put their lives on the line. So this song is for all those who serve and protect us. I've got to get a key here. Let us sing for unsung heroes, those who lay their dreams aside, choosing honor more than glory, pledging faith with quiet pride. Those whose uniform is courage, yet are on a chain of tears, finding in their love of freedom power stronger than their fears. Sing a song for unsung heroes, sing from sea to shining sea. As the faithful sang before you, sing a song of liberty.
sing a song of liberty. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom sing a song of liberty. America.
And then we have some of the rest of us. This is the time for the sing-along, so you can kick the kinks out like the ladies with their walkers, kind of stand up, kick the kinks out. We're going to have a shortened version of the sing-along because I don't like keeping people here too terribly long, and last night we went a little longer because we had a lot of couples. So, stand up. This is a really shy group tonight, I'll tell you. So right now in Arizona, this is kind of a special time. We're having the baseball, I call it preseason, but I don't think that's what they call it here. Warm-ups, what's it called?
Spring training.
Spring training, yes. I do like it. Oh, you're a sharp group. All right, let's go. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if we never get back till it's root, root, root for the home team. Yeah.
The next gal up is a real pro. She's been singing in her home state for years of Minnesota, the Sweet Adelines. Let's hear it for Lorna Henderson singing The Rose.
Some say love, it is a river that drowns the tender reed. Some say love, it is a razor that leaves your soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger, an endless aching need. I say love, it is a flower, and you, its only seed. Is the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance? Is the dream afraid of waking that never takes the chance? Who cannot seem to give, and the soul afraid of lies the seed that with the sun's love in the spring becomes the rose.
Big round of applause for Cindy Winders.
Gotta keep the guys on their toes. I changed the format. So this isn't for me. You know how it is. I'm a woman. I always have to change things around. All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Not So Newlywed Game. We have 3 couples that are just dying to get up here and play this game with us. The first couple, I'm not sure whether they're from California or Alabama or both, but that would be Jerry and Janie Bellotti. Please come on up.
Jerry and Janie Link.
Oh, why do I have Bellotti?
That's her maiden name.
Well, you can.
From Tennessee.
Well, I wasn't even close, man, huh? What? Bellotta.
I used to tell all the boys Bellotta.
They're going to be fun, aren't they? All right, our second couple. Now, I think they're from Iowa. Am I right? Alice and Herb Remedy? Yay, I got one right. Alice, I'm from Iowa. And they're kind of a not so newlywed couple. You're going to be a troublemaker. And the last couple is from Canada. Paul and Brenda Amy. And Paul's sitting there, what? Come on up, Paul. There are great prizes being given away. All right. While we're waiting for Paul and Brenda, Jerry, and let's see if we can get this right. How long have you been married?
Too long.
That's why they'll never make 50.
21.
21 years, great. And we know that Herb and Alice have been married 67 years, and Brenda and Paul have been married 55 years. So, Brenda, where did you guys go on your first date? Valentine's dance. Cool. Okay, we have to pass the mic up and down. So, Herb, how did you meet? I know it's a long time ago. Do you remember? How did you meet Alice?
We were belonged to the same church as children, and
Oh, okie All right. Janie, how did your family react when you told them you were going to marry Jerry?
Well, since most of them lived 2,000 miles away, they couldn't say a whole lot.
Okay. Now, the way we're going to play this game, we're going to do it differently tonight. So if you were here last night, it's a little bit different. I'm going to give the guys cards, and they have, one says question 1, one says question 2, and one says question 3. Last night I gave the ladies the cards too, and everything got really mixed up. We had a lot of fun, but it got really mixed up. So give me a minute. Now I don't think it was the ladies' fault. All right, that's the one card. Now you're not ladies. You are not to coach them on their answers.
And Janie, don't tell him what to say.
Even Dylan wanted to know yours. Why should they change that one?
Maybe I should have given the cards to the women and asked men to sit quietly. Don't worry about that. I recycle. So now, this is the group of questions I asked last night. It took to know each other. Just ask yourselves, how many of you men know your wife's mother's birthday? None of them up here did. Good job, Dennis. Okay. All right. Men, you're going to write down the answer to this question. If your house caught on fire, what is the one thing your wife would grab? No coaching, women. No looking. Alice, no looking. That's question number 1. Now, go to the card that says question 2. I was an elementary school teacher. What is your spouse's favorite candy bar? No coaching. Jerry, quit looking at Janie.
Brenda, stop looking.
Yeah, no looking, Brenda. Scoot your chair over here. Just like elementary school. You move your chair away from there. Are we ready, men? Got it? I didn't even know a candy bar had a name that long, Jerry. All right. What is the one item you have that your wife would like to get rid of? What she wants you to get rid of. Okay, Rod, I have a card for you so you can keep score. This group might be a little better than last night.
Took me all night, huh?
All right. Oops, that's ready? Janie, I hate these things. These couples that have to have the same first letter. My sister, she named all her kids James, Jennifer, Janet, Jolene, and Sarah. All right. Janie, what is the one thing you would grab if your house was on fire?
I'm going to say probably my microphone.
Your iPad. Jerry, what did you say? Oh, yeah, use your mic. You got to use the microphone, guys. She said her iPad. Jerry, what did you write down?
Her jewelry box.
Well, you guys didn't get one. Pass it down to her. Herb, what did you think that Alice would grab?
Jewelry.
Jewelry. What'd you say? Oh, what's... I screwed up there. All right. Yeah, of course she was going to say jewelry. She must have some nice jewelry. All right. Brenda, what would you grab? Look at him, the microphone. Oh, my purse. What'd you say?
She loved.
She loved. What'd you say, Paul? What'd you write?
I put purse because she always scrubs.
Okay, all right. So we've got 1 and 1. All right. Okay, keep the phone. Keep the microphone, Paul. What is Brenda's? No, don't you answer, Paul. Brenda, what is your favorite candy bar?
Something sugar-free.
No, it's got to be a name.
I don't know candy bars. I don't eat them.
What'd you say, Paul?
I know she doesn't eat candy bars, so I wrote down no sugar bean.
Janie, thank you. Keep me on. See, we're doing it so differently tonight that I'm kind of. Janie, oh well, thank you. I always need encouragement. What is one item your husband has that you'd like to get rid of? And you can't be him. Never, I know that.
I'd like to get rid of the whole garage, but yay! Oh my gosh. Just one.
Just one. The one that bugged you the most. No talking, Jerry.
Well, I really tried to get him to clean out his closet for the garage sale. Nobody has more shirts than this man. I'm going to say shirts.
Okay, Jerry, what did you say?
Close, but my junk.
Your junk. Oh dear. Okay. All right. I'm just thinking about my grandsons, what they talk about. What is the one thing you'd like her to get rid of?
Old jeans, I guess.
What?
Some old jeans.
Some old jeans. Some old jeans. What'd you say, Herb?
You know, it's kind of not a specific answer, but I said nothing. I honestly don't think of anything.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't get a point for that. All right, Brenda.
I have no idea.
You know, for the longest time, I always called her Amy. I bet a lot of people have. But Brenda, you got to come up with something you'd like Paul to get rid of. It could even be a habit if you want.
Probably his hat collection.
His hat collection. What'd you say, Paul?
She always tells me to get rid of that tummy.
Get rid of what? Your tummy. All right. So what's our score, Rob? That one didn't count. I think most of us would like our husbands to get rid of their tummy, but some of you got nice physiques. All right, the winner is 15-3. You won. Brenda and Paul. Well, this isn't going to help your tummy any, Paul, but you got a gift card, $15 gift card to Bobo's. Work on your tummies. You each got a... All right. This group was much faster than last night's group. Give a big hand for our couples. Thank you.
As long as they're tearing it down, let me tell you about my Aunt Lena. You know, Lena went to the doctor one day. She went during the day. But she went today and she said, Doc, can I talk to you a little bit about something? He said, sure. She says, what do you need? So Lena says, well, I'll tell you. He says, my husband, he turned 70. And he says, just because he's 70, he's lost his interest. He hasn't got any desires anymore. And he doesn't want to have what. And he says, is there anything you could do for him? Is there anything you could give him to kind of energize him? And the doctor says, well, you know, there is an experimental pill that's just come out. And he says, you could sure try it. He says, why don't you try it? And he said, some night you're having dinner. He says, just put it in your mashed potatoes. Put it in these mashed potatoes. She says, well, I'll just do that. So about 2 weeks later, she came into the doctor. The doctor says, hey, by the way, did that pill work? And he says, oh, she said, you betcha. He says, it did. He says, oh. He says, just like you said. He says, we were.
Good evening. I was put on notice when I volunteered for this for my last time that I should use my scooter. Then it got to me that I had this kind of an escort. Why use the scooter? I couldn't beat this kind of an escort with a wooden stick. But here I am again, recovery program. I'm constantly being reminded of places I forgot I had. The pains and the kinks are there, and by the time I get the inventory done and find out whether I can get vertical or not, it's almost lunchtime. There goes my reputation as an early riser. But we're going to try to do Frank Sinatra's My Way tonight, one more time. And you've heard a rumor that I do it my way, everything. But right here sits a lady that makes sure that that doesn't happen all the time. Because most of the time, my way is her way. I want to know what she wants. And then we come to an agreement. But I'll sing you the song anyway. No, let me back up. Where's that school teacher? I'll attempt to sing you the song. And we'll see how it goes. I have contacted some of my close neighbors, and they've agreed not to throw anything. A lot of you folks don't know what COPD is. Now, you know as well as I do that you can get air in, okay? It's the getting the air out that's the problem. And that's what singing is all about, getting the air out at the right time and at the right note. So this is what I'm going to be my attempt tonight. Our music man, Mr. Cliff, is back there in the darkness. He's got a little light. The shadow on the wall makes him look like he's a big man anyway, but from here that shadow looks like he's humongous. So whatever you do, say sir to Mr. Cliff. And now the end is near. And so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets? Sure, I've had a few. But then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exception. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Yes, there were times I'm sure you knew that I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, and spit it out, I faced it all, and I stood tall, because I did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed, and I've cried, and I've had my fill, my share of losing. And now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing. Just the things that I did all that. And may I say, not in a shy way. No, not me. I did it my way. I want you to think about it. For what is a man? What has he got? Is not himself, then he has not to say the words he truly feels, and not the words of those who kneel. The record shows I took the blows, and I did it my way. Thank you.
You've done that before, can't you? Thanks again, Andy. Keep on ticking. You know, this next performer has a smile on his face all the time. And I'll tell you the reason why. He wants you to smile back. We should call him Jack, to be honest with you, because he's a jack of all trades. But instead, let's just plainly call him Bill Purdy. He's going to perform for us Greet the Folks and Beer Barrel Polka.
Thank you, Rod. I've been watching Rod for 2 nights here. He does a great job. I think we ought to give him a hand. Last year I did a piece of music for the Italians. Tonight I'm going to do one for the Swedes. This song originated, I guess, because of a young fellow came to America about the turn of the century, and he became very homesick. And when he heard someone was going back to his native country of Sweden, he said to them to greet the folks back home. It's called Henderson-The. Greet the folks back home.
Next up, welcome our own Meridian Manor line dancers with Be Bop A Lula.min.
We teach this dance on Thursdays at 6 to 7:30. So if you're interested, come and join us. All right, ready? Go ahead.
Well, Be Bop A Lula, she's my baby. Be Bop A Lula, I don't need money. Be Bop A Lula, she's my baby. Be Bop A Lula, I don't need money. Be Bop A Lula, she's my baby. Well, she's the gal in the red blue jeans. She's the queen of all the teams. She's the woman that I know. She's the woman that I love. Well, she's the one that's got that beat. She's the one with the flying feet. She's the one that walks around the store. She's the one that gives them all. Be Bop A Lula, she's my baby. Be Bop A Lula, I don't need money. Be Bop A Lula, she's my baby. Let's rock again. Well, Be Bop A Lula, she's my baby. Be Bop A Lula, I don't need money. Be Bop A Lula, she's my baby. Be Bop A Lula, I don't need money. Be Bop A Lula, she's my baby.
You know, I ought to tell you, we've put on 2 nights of events, and we've seated about 360 people. Well, there's not very many events that can do that. You know that? Little old Meridian Manor, we've got 360 people coming to an event. You know what we pay these entertainers? Yeah, Cracker Jacks and M&Ms. This next guy is just plainly a great guy. If you ask him something, if he do something, he always says yes. He very seldom ever says no. Now, he calls himself a recovering Californian, but he really leans country. Welcome our own John Fox.
How I was going to introduce this song, what I can say about it. And Ron, unbeknownst to him, he gave me the perfect segue. He talked about his younger days when he used to sit there and drink his beer and, he'd get a little wild and woolly. But I know he probably behaved himself better than this next guy. He, in almost every venue, where there's alcohol, and he doesn't care who he fights, he usually picks up the biggest guy in the bar, just to prove how big and bad he is. Well, God has a way of dealing with people like that, and he brings on the winner. Well, a hulk of a man with a beard in his hand. He looked like a drunk old fool. And I knew if I hit him right, I could knock him off that stool. And everybody said, watch out, son, hey, that's Tiger-Man the Cool. He's had a whole lot of fights, he's always come out the winner. Yeah, he's a winner. But I've had myself about 5 too many, and I walked up tall and proud. And I faced his back, and I faced the fact that he had never stooped or bowed. I said, Tiger-Man, you're a pussycat. And a hush fell on the crowd. I said, let you and me go outside and see who's the winner. Well, he gripped the bar with one big hairy hand and embraced against the wall. He slowly looked up from his beer. My God, that man was tall. He said, boy, I see you're a scrapper. So just before you fall, I want to tell you a little bit about what it means to be a winner. Sitting now behind a trophy of mine, most successful motorcycle race. Each morning when I wake and touch this scar across my face, it reminds me of all I got by being a winner. Then now you see these bright white smiling teeth, you know they ain't my own. Mine rolled away like chiclets down the street in San Antone. But I left that person cursing, nursing 7 broken bones. And he only broke 3 of mine. That make me the winner. Now this broken back was a dying act of handsome Harry Clay. That sticky Cincinnati night I stole his wife away. But that woman, she just gets uglier. She gets meaner every day. But I got her, boy. That's what makes me a winner. Said now you gotta speak loud when you challenge me, son, cause it's hard for me to hear. With this twisted neck and these migraine pains and this big old cauliflower ear. And if it wasn't for this glass eye of mine, well, I'd shed a happy tear. Just think all you're gonna get by being a winner. I got arthritic elbows, I got dislocated knees, and my nose been broke so often I might lose it if I sneeze. And son, you say you still want to be a winner? Now you remind me a lot of my younger days with your knuckles clenching white. Boy, I'm gonna sit right here and sip this beer all night. And if there's something you got to gain or prove by winning some silly fight, well, okay, I quit, I lose, you're the winner. So I stumble from that bar room, not so tall and not so proud. Behind me, I still hear the hoots and the laughter of the crowd. But my eyes still see, my nose still works, my teeth still in my mouth. You know, guess that makes me. Thank you.
It's kind of a confusing one. This next group was going to dance for us, actually. But due to some medical issues, they're not going to dance for us this evening. They're going to check in with a free clinic here. And so let's welcome the Meridian Magicals doing, I have no idea. Distance benefit, so don't worry about it. We ought to give these stage hands a hand, too. They do a nice job. That's Jerry and Roy, is what we call them. You know, as we put a close to the M&M Revue this evening, eventually we're going to bring all the entertainers on stage and we're going to sing to you. We're going to sing Goodnight, Sweetheart. But before we do that, we need some accolades and we need to recognize some people. I'll tell you, Cliff Adolf and his partner, Dolly, need a big round of applause. Dennis Winters, he needs a big round of applause. Now the next gal, I mean to tell you, if she isn't the darndest asset to Meridian Manor, I've never seen anything like it. She's like the Energizer Bunny. And she needs a round of applause, maybe even a standing ovation. Cindy Winders. Works hard at this, and she has for years. She's kind of shy, but we like her anyway. And the rest of the entertainers can start their way in if they'd like. But you know, I'll tell you the problem. She called me 2 nights ago, and she says, "Hey Rod, could you compose a song or a poem or something that would kind of depict this evening?" And I said, "You gotta be kidding me." I said, "How could I do that in just a few nights?" Well, I'll tell you, I've been working night after night, and I did my best, and here it goes. I named this poem, Rod Wrote This Poem.
You can all sit down, it's a long poem. Just kidding.
There's nothing the matter with me, and I'm just as healthy as I can be. I have arthritis in both knees, and when I talk with a wheeze. My pulse is weak and my blood is thin, but I'm awfully good for the shape I'm in. You know, all my teeth had to come out, and my diet I hate to even think about. I'm overweight, and I can't get thin, but I'm awfully good for the shape I'm in. Arch supports I need for my feet, or I wouldn't even be able to get out on the street. Sleep is denied me night after night, but every morning I find I'm all right. My memory's failing, my head's in a spin, but I'm awfully good for the shape I'm in. The moral of this, as the tale unfolds, is that for you and me, we're growing old. It is better to say, "I'm fine," with a grin, than to let people know, really, the shape we're in. The end.
You probably think I'm part Norwegian too, since I always have something to say. But I want you all to know that I appreciate my right-hand girl. I call her all the time. What should I do? Should I do this? Should I do that? She's my left-hand girl, so with the 3 of us, that's what puts this show together. Rod Johnson, you're amazing, and you're always ready to step up to the plate and do a beautiful job. Thank you. Dee and Roy Provo, they've been here all 3 years helping out. Jim Ingram did the videography last night, and Davie Brown is doing it for us tonight. We really appreciate that. And all the performers, they step up to the plate. I twist a few arms, but they step up to the plate and do a beautiful job. So please give them a standing ovation and a thank you.
Now we're going to sing here.
Sweetheart, well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart, good night.
Thanks for coming, folks. Have a safe trip home.
Good night, sweetheart, well, it's time.